Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm the host with the platform most, Troy here. Back at it with a loose form, thoughts and opinions on the today's final Switch One Direct. Like we can call it the final Switch One Direct, knowing that the Switch Two Direct is literally 6 days as the time of this recording here. But overall, like I liked it. It wasn't anything amazing. I wasn't going into this direct thinking it was going to be mind-blowing or anything. I was surprised that we're even getting it at all because of the Switch 2 Direct that's so close away. I think like they will be focusing on that. But again, Nintendo has done this before with like the 3DS, Wii U, that era here. So this is not like completely unprecedented, but it was still very fascinating. The big thing I was really hoping to see was more Metroid Prime 4, which we did get. We did get a lot of Metroid Prime 4 information. We got new gameplay. We got a new psychic ability that looks very fascinating. We're having an idea of what the premise is of the game here. We have a brand new suit that looks absolutely sexy. I still prefer the Dredge suit. I feel like that's still like probably my all-time favorite Samus suit, but this is definitely up there. It's very good, very clean, very sleek. Enjoy it quite a bit. The game looks amazing, especially for a Switch One game. The environment looks detailed. Like it's just everything that Retro brought to the table that made the original Metroid Prime trilogy so special and unique is here and forward from intact from what I can see. The only disappointment I have regarding it is the fact that we have no release date. Still 2025 just release date here. I was betting that we were going to see the release date. I am bummed, but I have a feeling the reason why we probably did not see the release date, and again, this could age poorly, but I feel like they're just saving it off because it's probably going to come off the same day as the Switch 2. Like, it's going to be viewed as kind of a cross-gen game like Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, that kind of thing. I hope I'm right on that because I do feel like the fact that it's still just 2025 and now we're getting even 2026 games, it just kind of just a little disappointing on that end, but I feel like it's going to be a Switch 2 launch game as well, so it's going to be core line with that, so maybe that's why they held it back. But that one makes sense here. A couple of surprises, nothing like huge unless you're like a hardcore Nintendo niche gamer like myself, particularly with two franchises of the DS and 3DS era. We are getting a new Rhythm Heaven. That was welcomingly surprising. I enjoyed the Rhythm Heaven games. I haven't played them since the DS. I know there was like I think 2 3DS titles if I'm not mistaken, but I only really played like I believe the first 2 on the DS, and I really enjoyed it here. It's kind of like that WarioWare charm with more of a musical element to it, like the quirkiness and humor of what makes the WarioWare game so great, but just as a music element with Rhythm Heaven. And I know a lot of people enjoyed it. I flipped out. I definitely was very excited that we're finally getting a new game in the franchise. It's not just like a re-release or like a best of compilation. It's actually a new game, which is very exciting here. That got a 2026 release date, so it is interesting that we're still going to get Switch 1 titles in 2026. I'm not surprised, just because Nintendo do still support their old consoles when they're still pushing a new one, but I'm very excited for the new Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life. It's been like, again, both of these games has been over 10 years since we have seen anything about them, and Tomodachi Life especially, because Tomodachi Life was the most unique game that came out of the the 3DS era. It's like there's really no game like it. It's just like a hangout game that's just a built-in meme generator. It was like people who played it back in like 2014 2015, like in the mid 2010s, just had a ball. Like it's so much YouTube videos I saw of it here. I only played about like a few hours of the game, but I enjoyed my time with it, and I'm super happy that it's getting a new title. I feel like it's honestly better time to come now than ever here because of just how big meme culture has really evolved, and how I feel like this kind of game might find a bigger audience than it probably did back in 2014, because this is just that weird unique game that again won't be like a huge hit, but I can see it finding like a bigger audience because of just the internet culture around it. Granted, I do think the price point, I don't think you can release that full price. I think you do have to have that at a little bit of a cheaper price here for people to get in. again, another 2026 game. Very excited about that. Those are probably the two biggest surprise announcements here. Again, nothing like that's blow your mind crazy, but games that I do feel that are generally worthy of like this direct here. Another direct game that really surprised me was the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game. It looks like it's from the same team that gave us one of my personal favorite games of the decade, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Amazing game. It's looking like it's taking everything that made that game, the Shredder's Revenge, so special, but bringing it with a Marvel coat of paint. The pixel art looked fantastic. It got that 90s feel. It just, again, like whatever, like everything that Shredder's Revenge did so well, it's just good for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's looking like it's doing it for Marvel, and I'm very excited to play that. That one looks to be a holiday 2025 release. Super excited for that game here. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it, especially T. Lopes just announced that he's going to be helping with the music as well, like he did for Shredder's Revenge and Streets of Rage 4. So anything that man touches OST wise, I'm just excited here. So it's a game I'm going to keep an eye on for sure later down the late year here. We did get more look at Pokemon Legend X and A, not X and X, Z and A. The titling of those games are so weird. It looks good. I mean, I never played Arceus. I want to, and I think I'm gonna get around to it if I see it on sale leading up to Z and A here. It looks like kind of what I expect from it. Expanding on the idea, but also like, you know, keeping that Pokemon charm. It's hard to talk about that. I don't really have like a true opinion about it. It looks fascinating. It's still late 2025. I'm curious if there's going to be some Switch 2 immigration. But I think if it can able to hit the landing, this might be a step in the right direction for the Pokemon franchise. The game still looks like not amazing. Like, it looks better than Scarlet and Violet, but I mean, anything looks better than Scarlet and Violet. But I like what I'm seeing here. Hope to see more here down the line once we get closer to release. And then there was a couple weird things that Nintendo did. So they announced the virtual game card, which I think is a very interesting timing to announce it, like right around the release of the Switch 2, or like around the Switch 2 impending release here. A lot of people have been getting speculation that Nintendo might be ditching physical hardware with this announcement. I can understand the fear and I can see it. I don't think that's the case. I think this is just a case of Nintendo trying to adapt to like the modern gaming landscape. It still feels very limited. It doesn't like, yeah, it had to be right next to, it's more for like people who have multiple Switches in their household and they just want, like, if someone's playing a Switch cartridge in their game and someone else wants to play it on their console but don't have the cartridge, it seems like it's going like more towards that, like digital downloads, with, again, cool idea, but it just seems limited, like Nintendo wise. Like, it doesn't seem as cool as it might seem on paper. The update's supposed to be coming later in April. It looks interesting. It's just kind of a weird place to do it. I don't think it should alarm any bells of like Nintendo getting rid of physical for Switch 2, because I feel like Nintendo would be the last company to ditch physical. I would see Sony and Microsoft ditching physical entirely before we get Nintendo. I do see a Nintendo Switch 2 like just digital version, but I don't see them completely abandoning physical as of yet, especially with this announcement here. And the weirdest one of all was they're Nintendo ending a direct with a new app announcement. Nintendo News, I believe that's the name of it. Nintendo News here. Miyamoto came out. It was cool to like them acknowledging like there's still gonna be directs in the Switch 2 era, which we kind of expected, but it's nice that they confirmed it. And it is cool that, like, you know, they kind of acknowledge that since it started, it's now became like this big event that people like myself will wake up early in the morning just to watch with friends and stuff like that, because these brings hype moments. They just bring fans together. As much as like it is capitalism, it is synergy at the end of the day, it is a cool premise that the industry has taken storm. Like, now almost everybody is now trying to do their Nintendo Direct, and I feel like Nintendo still might be the best with that format, in my opinion. I could be biased, but that's still see the case. But that was a cool acknowledgement here. But the fact that they just announced an app that, like, it's like daily news, like it's just like news app that gives you like history of Nintendo, some cool behind the scenes stuff. Like it's cool, it's neat, it looks cute. Like I'm not generally excited about it, and especially it's kind of weird to end a Nintendo Direct, especially the potential last one for the Switch 1 on that. That being said, I mean, it was harmless. It was nothing super like upsetting or anything like that here. Outside of that though, like nothing really dropped the mind. I know there's like a couple RPG remasters that people seem to be loving that am interested about. Don't know that much about. I know like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 I'm really curious about, because I've been interested about the Dragon Quest series since I played Dragon Quest 11, which is a phenomenal game. I still need to play the free HD 2D remake as well, because I just love that art style. It's just gorgeous. Square Enix just knows how to do that classic 2D sprite work mixed in with like breathtaking environments. Like you could say a lot about Square Enix and how they don't do a lot of things right, but that's one thing they do right here, and I'm excited to pick that up one of these days here. And I know there's like a couple other RPGs that hardcore fans are excited about. It didn't speak to me, but I'm glad that they got it here. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, nothing else super crazy. I mean, it was straight to the point. I was more shocked that we didn't get a Kirby game. I thought that Kirby Planet Robobot remake or remaster rumor that we've been hearing for a while actually will finally come out here. I'm very shocked about that. That was like one of my 4 sure things I was betting on. I'm not surprised we didn't get the Wind Waker Twilight Princess ports. I just feel like, I know it has to happen at some point, but I just feel like it's going to happen when I least expect it, or maybe never at all. It's just, I just find it fascinating. I'm not surprised, but I'm still like upset, because I'm like, come on, like, why are you waiting so long? Especially like, I'm not expecting a new Zelda game this year. It, be nice to hold over. Are you just saving that for the Switch 2 reveal, which I kind of doubt, but I wouldn't be surprised either. But not fully surprised that we didn't get any Wind Waker Twilight Princess HE news. So song news as well. I kind of was split on it. I was 50-50. If I do see that more at the Switch 2 event than here, but I also do see it here as well. Like, if they are ready to show news here, but I feel like more eyeballs are going to be at the Switch 2 Direct, and Hollow Knight is one of those big games now. I feel like you can put in that showcase and it will make a big pop. That being said, I still don't guarantee we're going to see it at the Switch 2 Direct, but I was kind of like expecting to see that potentially, but I'm not surprised that it didn't happen. No Deltarune news. Some people were speculating that Deltarune might be chapter, I believe 4 or chapter 3 will be dropping, or at least getting announced, but nothing as of yet. Again, I can see that as a Switch 2 event, but I'm also not holding up on that. But yeah, like this, going into this Direct with, and I went in with low expectation, like nothing like high, and I wasn't like expecting like nothing, but I was just didn't know what to expect, and find it kind of weird that we're getting it like 6 days before the Switch 2 Direct, so I wasn't expecting anything huge, but honestly, I came out pleasantly surprised. It's a solid B- Direct. Like, Tamagotchi Life and Rhythm Heaven coming back honestly really saved this here. Seeing more Metroid Prime 4 news got me excited. It just bums that we still don't have a release date for that. However, I still feel like we're saving that for the Switch 2 Direct. Outside of that, like, again, solid B-. Like, I think there was a decent amount of third-party games that I am interested in. The Nintendo stuff, while very niche Nintendo franchises, can hype me up here. And it definitely feels like a decent end to what probably will be the final Switch 1 Focus Direct. Moving on now, it's probably going to be more focused on Switch 2, maybe a little bit of both, because, like, backward compatibility and stuff like that. But knowing that, like, we have a Switch 2 Direct here as well in 6 days also helps the fact with this Direct, knowing that we're going to get way more and probably get way more to heavy hitters at that one. But yeah, I would love to hear what y'all think here. Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think about the Nintendo Direct here. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? What was your favorite announcement? What were your least favorite announcement? I would love to hear all that stuff here. And I do stream here on YouTube and on Twitch. We actually live reacted this morning to it, and it was a lot of fun. And we will be doing that for the Switch 2 Direct as well on April 2nd. So I hope y'all can come on for that here. But yeah, follow my socials. All links in the description. Subscribe if you like the content here. I'm trying to bring back the YouTube channel, trying to get the format going. So I do apologize for the kind of the rough, off the cups editing and scripting here. I'm still trying to get my footing back on YouTube, but I would love to hear your thoughts and would just like to talk to y'all here. But thank y'all for your time, and I hope y'all have an amazing game, amazing day. Peace.